Hello, welcome to Pilates with you. This is a 15-minute glute Pilates routine. All you'll need is a mat, and let's begin. Start to raise your arms up towards the ceiling, pressing your palms up. Take an inhale to exhale, bend over towards your left side to bring your right arm overhead. And on your next exhale, side bend over towards the opposite direction, reaching your fingertips towards the side, and then coming back to center. Raising your arms up one more time, bringing your chest up towards the ceiling, shrugging your shoulders up. We'll begin our glute series with some clamshells. You're going to rest onto your left elbow and hip, keeping the knees bent at around 90 degrees. Heels are in line with your butt. Start to lift the top knee up towards the ceiling, keeping the heels together, and then resist your knee back down. We got 8 more. Make sure the bottom rib cage is pulling up, pulling your knee up higher each time. Three more. Last one, stay and hold. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pressing the knee back further each time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close your knee down. Take a quick rest. Adjust your feet a little bit forward. You're going to lift your top leg up, extend it down towards the end of your mat, and then bend your knee back to 90 degrees. For extra challenge, you can extend your top arm up towards the ceiling. If it helps to place your hand on your hip or down on the floor, you may do so. A few more times like this. Point your toes at the end, and then flex your foot as you bend your knee. Again, lifting your bottom rib cage up away from the floor. We got 3 more. 2. Last one. Leg is long and little circles. Maintain the height of your leg. Try to keep extending your leg out each time you draw your circle. Final 3, 2, and 1. You're going to reverse. Do your best to not drop the leg. Use your core to help you for these final 4, 3, 2, 1. Final challenge. Lower the leg and then lift the leg up as high as you can. You can add your arm with the leg for extra space. 3 more. Make sure you're breathing. 2. Last one. And gently lower everything down and relax. You're going to come up onto your hands and knees, and we're going to take a few cat-cow stretches. So inhale to arch and exhale to curl your spine like a cat. On your own timing, just do whatever you need to loosen up any tightness you might have in your spine. And then we'll meet in a neutral spine quadruped position. You're going to begin to extend your left leg back. Start to point your toes and lift the left leg up towards the ceiling, and then carefully lower down. Pulling the top of your head forward. Left hip is pointing down towards the floor. The next time you lower down, you're going to take a pause. You're going to lift the left leg back up and then move it towards your left side so you open out. Pick the leg back up and you're going to cross over towards the right. So you're drawing a rainbow with your left leg, going from left to right. Keep your hips as square as possible. We got about 2 more sets. Hanging in there. The next time you point your toes over towards the left side, you're going to pause. You're going to start to flex the foot and lift the leg up and take your pulses. You're here for 8 more. 7, 6, again, left hip down. I know it burns. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take a quick core break. Tuck your toes under, hover the knees off the mat, and we're here for 10, 9. Belly button pulls up and back. Again, top of the head is pulling forward. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale, let all the air out. and then press back into a downward dog. Drawing your heels down towards the floor, you can soften one knee for an extra hamstring on one side, and then you can gently switch. Keeping your chin close to your chest and your chest reaching forward towards your thighs. Pressing both heels down, you're going to start to lift the heels up and then roll forward into your plank position. You're going to pull your left knee towards right elbow, open that knee out to the left elbow, place it back and switch. Right knee to left elbow, open out to the right and switch. If this is a little bit too much for you today, you're welcome to stay in your plank. Otherwise, you can also find a child's pose position. Take one more set, make sure you're even on both sides. Find your plank. Take an inhale, exhale, press back into your downward dog stretch. You can again pedal at your feet if that feels good to you. Press both heels down. And then again, rolling forward into your plank. Drop your knees down, bend your elbows, and let your chest drop down towards the floor. You're going to start to lift the chest up into a baby cobra, and then exhale, melt the chest down. And then when you're ready, you can press all the way up and back into a child's pose position. Take one full deep inhale. Exhale, let all the air out. Start to slowly roll up. And we'll get ready for the other side. Begin by resting on your right elbow and right hip. Bend the knees so that your heels are in line with your butt. Start to lift the feet up. Keeping the heels together, you're going to start to lift the top knee up and then resist the way down. Making sure that your shoulders are square. Both hip bones are facing forward. 8 more rounds. See if you can open up that top knee more each time. 5 more. Final 3, 2. On your final one, keep the knee up and pulse it back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the knee down. We'll get ready for the next set. You're going to keep the knee parallel, float that leg up, extend the leg down, point the toes, bend the knee back to 90 degrees, and stretch. The challenge here is to see how long you can lengthen your leg down towards the front end of your mat. Keep that goal in mind for these next 8 and 7. Really stretch the leg and point the toes at the end. See if you can extend your leg further than the edge of your mat. This is really difficult for me as well, so don't worry if you're struggling. Final 2. 1. Hold, start to draw circles with your toes. 8 more. 7, 6, 5. Keep the leg up high. Try to keep it in line with your hip. And go ahead and reverse. Try not to drop the leg as best as you can. This is where your body is challenged the most. Final 3, 2, 1. Gently lower the leg down. One more challenge. Exhale to lift arm and leg up, and then resist the way down. We're only here for 4 more. You got it. And 3. Try not to let the bottom ribs drop. 2. Keep everything lifted. Last one, best one. And then lower all the way down. Your glutes should feel pretty fired up at this point, but if they're not, we got our quadruped series next. Ensure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, back of the neck as long as the top of the head pulls forward. Extend the right leg back. You can point your toes. Lengthen the leg as the right leg comes up towards the ceiling, squeezing your glute at the top, and control the way down. Keep your right hip pulling down towards your mat so that your hips stay square. Again, both hip bones should be shining forward. Last 2. One more, you're gonna stay lifted and hold. With a straight leg, you're gonna start to drop the leg over towards the right side. Pick the leg back up to lower it down towards the left. So you should be drawing a semicircle or a rainbow shape going from right to left. Three more. 2. Pull it over towards the right side one more time and hold. Flex your foot, lift the leg up, finish off with pulses. 8 more. 7. 6, watch your abdominals here, don't let them drop. Pull everything up, keep the leg lifted, and then lower your knee down. Next, we're gonna be working on glute bridges. We're gonna take a roll down all together, so let's straighten out the legs and the arms out in front of us. Stacking your spine up tall. Exhale, you're gonna start to round your spine, rolling down bone by bone with control. Great. Once your head is on the mat, you're gonna start to bend your knees so that your feet are planted on the floor. Make sure with your fingertips you're able to touch your heels so that you're in the correct position. On your next exhale, you're gonna start to roll your hips up and then start to trickle your spine back down. Really think about articulating the spine up, pressing the hips up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, melt the spine down. 3 more. On this last one, you're going to keep your hips lifted and take your pulses. 10. 9. For a little extra challenge, you're welcome to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go into marches, so you can start by lifting your right leg up to tabletop, press the foot down, and switch. The challenge here is making sure that both hip bones are level and not letting one hip drop. We got about 2 more sets here, so keep it going. Keeping both feet down, you can start to lift your arms up and then exhale, roll the spine down. Very good. From here, you can just start to relax the arms down. Take a couple of windshield wipers with the knees from left to right. Take a quick moment for yourself here. We got one more set of glute bridges coming up. Alrighty, so from here on your next breath out, you're gonna start to press the hips back up, pressing down onto your left foot, right leg comes up to tabletop. Straightening your right leg forward, you can drop the hips down an inch, pull them back up as your right knee comes back in towards your chest. So you're just bending and extending in that right leg, bringing the hips up and down with the leg. We got one more. Keep the knee bent at 90, lower the hips down, and we're going to take some bicycle switches with the legs. So on your exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up, and just start switching the legs in a bicycle motion. Make sure you're breathing here. We got a few more. And then we're going to start to go into double leg stretch. So you're going to hug both knees in and then stretch both legs forward. For extra challenge, you want to lengthen the legs as low as you can without lifting the lower back off your mat. Keep the shoulder blades lifted as best as you can. 3 more. 2. And 1. Hug your knees in towards your chest, relax your head, neck, and shoulders back down. Gently drop the feet back onto your mat, and we'll take the bridges to the other side. Start to lift your hips back up towards the ceiling. You're going to float your left leg up, stretch your left leg forward, and then bend your knee back in. Again, be mindful of the hips staying leveled. See if you can extend your left leg as far away from your hip as possible. 2 more just like this. Last one, bend the knee back in, lower the hips down. Now we're going to go into our oblique twist. So you're going to bring your hands back behind the head, take your bicycle legs and start twisting from right to left. 8 more sets. Find a little bit more twist with each set. Final 2. And hug your knees in towards your chest and drop your head and relax. Awesome work. We got a well-deserved stretch break, so you're just going to drop your knees over to the right side, bringing your gaze over towards the left side, increasing the size of your inhales and letting all of that air out. And then when you're ready, bringing the knees over towards the opposite side, looking towards your right.
Close your eyes.
Take a big breath here. On your exhale, you're going to come back onto your back. You're going to extend both legs up towards the sky, flexing your feet for a hamstring stretch. When you're ready, you're going to start to fold that right knee to find a figure 4 stretch. Flexing your right foot, you can grab hold of your left leg to give it a pull. Keep pressing your right knee back. And then you can gently go ahead and switch. Last time, you can stretch both legs up towards the ceiling for an extra hamstring stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And then from here, you're going to exhale to rock up or roll up to sit up. So now we're going to go into our final section of class. This time we're going to lay on our tummies. So gently rest your chest and stomach down onto the floor. You're going to bring your hands underneath your forehead, stretching your legs back behind you, nice and long. Inhale to lift the chest, exhale to lift the legs. Roll the chest down, lower the legs down. Inhale, chest lifts. Legs come up, chest rolls down, legs come down. A few more just like this. Try to keep the legs as straight as possible. You don't need to lift your chest up too high. Last one, lifting the chest up, legs stay lifted, you're gonna hold. Start to click the heels together, beating the legs out and in. A few more like this. Belly button pulls up away from the mat. 3, 2, 1. You're gonna start to swim your feet and your arms will stretch back behind you. If you want to keep your hands on the floor to support, please do so. Just 3 more counts. Last one, you're going to inhale to lift the chest up higher, exhale to roll everything down. Our final exercise here, you're going to bring your hands underneath the forehead, bending the knees to about 90 degrees. Flex the feet, keeping the heels together. You're going to push the heels up to lift the knees off the floor, and then control the weight down. It doesn't need to go so high, so you don't need to break your back. Just go up as much as you can. This time, you're going to straighten your legs out to point the toes, and then you're going to re-bend the knees to flex the feet. 4 more. Do your best to keep the knees lifted off the floor. Next time you straighten your legs out, you're going to hold. Keeping the legs straight, little heel clicks to finish. 8, 7, 6. Keep going. Finish strong. 3, 2, 1. Keep the heels together. And then gently lower the feet back down. You're going to bring your hands back down onto the mat. Carefully press your chest up using your hands. And then exhale, lengthen the head forward as your chest rolls back down. Inhale, lifting the chest up. And then exhale, lengthen it down. From here, you're gonna inhale to just press all the way up, and then exhale, press back into a final child's pose, sinking your hips down towards your heels, stretching your fingertips as far forward as possible. When you're ready, on your exhale, you're gonna lift your hips up to press back into your downward dog. You can start to pedal your feet out, feeling the stretch behind the backs of the legs. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet, keeping the knees bent, rolling your spine up. Head is the last thing to come up, and you guys are all finished. That was amazing. Hopefully you felt the burn as much as I did. Stay tuned for more Pilates workouts at home. See you in the next one.